Niccolo Machiavelli. What makes a ruler successful? Is it love, kindness, or generosity? Niccolo Machiavelli, a 16th century diplomat and philosopher, didn't think so. He argued that fear, when used wisely, is a ruler's greatest ally. But why? Machiavelli wasn't writing for an ideal world. He was addressing a chaotic one. Renaissance Italy was fragmented into city-states, plagued by wars, betrayals, and power struggles. Florence, Machiavelli's home, was no stranger to the Game of Thrones. Leaders rose and fell, often violently. The prince, Machiavelli's primary goal was pragmatism. He wasn't asking what a ruler should do to be virtuous. Instead, what a ruler would do to survive, right? And from this lens, he concluded it's better to be feared than loved, if you can't be both. Machiavelli's argument, love is fragile, while fear is durable. He wrote, men are less hesitant about harming someone who makes himself loved than one who makes himself feared. Why? Because love is conditional. It depends on loyalty, gratitude, or goodwill. Fear, on the other hand, stems from self-preservation. People are less likely to betray a leader they fear because the consequences are tangible and immediate. Think of it this way, right? If your boss is overly kind, some people might take advantage of that, and use that against them. But if your boss is strict and clear about rules, like a general, when you go to the army, people are less likely to betray a leader they fear because the consequences are scary, right? You are more likely to stay in line because you are scared. It's fear, right? Take the Punic Wars as an example. After defeating Carthage for the second time, Rome imposed harsh terms but left the city intact. Over time, Carthage rebuilt its strength and strengthened Rome again. By the Third War, Rome learned its lesson. They destroyed Carthage, completely erasing the threat forever. Kind of funny, it's all in that pile, but I have like a whole bunch of Rome. I mean, the Carthage one, I actually have that over here. And then I have the Roman Empire and how it fell. It's over there. If y'all want to hear about Rome and more videos about that, let me know in the comments and I'll do like a book review or something. But let's get back to it. The video. Machiavelli, right? This brutal decision wasn't born of kindness on mercy, right? It was rooted in fear. The fear of a rival rising again. And in this case, fear ensured Rome's survival for centuries to come. So it was fear, right? But Machiavelli also warned against excessive cruelty. A ruler should inspire fear, not hatred. It talks about that in, I think it's The Prince. I forgot the guy's name, but basically Machiavelli tells this guy to go to another state, right? Or city, I think it was, and basically enslave people and torture people and kill people. And this was under Machiavelli's orders, right? He was like his right-hand man, right? And Michael Segru talks about it better than I can, but basically Machiavelli, Jesus, he went to that city-state and he asked, how do you like your new ruler? Like, what do you think about him? Very nice person, right? And people were terrified, but they also hated him. So Machiavelli ordered some other people to kill the man. He got the rewards of as if he was a virtuous person, right? But really, he was a cruel and betrayer and backstabber. After that, people loved Machiavelli. That's why he says you should never be hated. You can be feared. Because love, they can betray you. It's like, when you're in a relationship. Love, you can get broken up with, broken heart, easy. But fear, that's different. But hated, everyone's going to gang up on you and try to kill you, right? Fear maintains order. Hatred breeds rebellion. Consider the reign of Louis in France. His inability to balance authority and compassion alienated both the aristocracy, I think that's how you say it, and the common people. This hatred accumulated in the French Revolution and ultimately his execution. Machiavelli might have seen Louis as a cautionary tale, fear tempered with respect, but unchecked cruelty almost always guarantees collapse. Machiavelli's ideas aren't confined to the past. Think of corporate CEOs, military generals, or even parents. Leaders who demand respect, set clear boundaries, often maintain order more effectively than those who rely solely on popularity. A minor example could be Steve Jobs. He wasn't universally loved at Apple. In fact, many employees feared his exacting standards. Yet his leadership transformed Apple into one of the most successful companies in the world. On the other hand, leaders who seek only to be loved often struggle with tough decisions without fear or respect. They risk losing authority altogether. Machiavelli wasn't saying love is useless. In fact, a ruler loved and feared is ideal. But if you have to choose, fear is the safest bet. Why? Because human nature is unpredictable. People are fickle, self-interested, and easily controllable. They can change their decisions at any moment. But fear alone doesn't guarantee success. To lead effectively, a ruler must pair fear with wisdom, justice, and restraint. Machiavelli puts it, a ruler should be like both a lion and a fox, strong enough to command respect, but also smart enough to avoid traps altogether. Machiavelli's words might seem harsh. They might, right? But they weren't meant to glorify triumphs. They were a wake-up call, a reminder that power, like fire, can be dangerous if mishandled. In a world where survival often trumps morality, his advice endures. Better to be feared than loved if you value stability over sentiment. But what about you in your own life? Would you rather be feared or loved? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want more videos on Niccolo Machiavelli, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely make some more. This was just a little brief overview on his statement where he said you should be feared, not loved. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video. And I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and you got all the gifts you wanted.